So, Fiona, the flashbacks of your, how you deal with the flashbacks of your loved one suffering at the end. So I'm so sorry that he suffered at the end, and I'm so sorry that you have these flashbacks. And the flashbacks are the kind of trauma, the shock that's in the amygdala, the kind of early, very primitive part of your brain. And what happens with flashbacks is that it's often triggered by sight, sound, touch, or smell, or time, space, that suddenly it will emerge. And flashbacks normally, for 90% of people, they naturally resolve. So if you can find a way of talking about what happened with someone, it's like having a piece of paper that's scrumpled up. And if you can talk through the feeling and the events and what you saw and what you felt and what happened, and you can find a narrative for it, a coherent narrative, then often the intensity and the distress in the memory moves to a different part of the brain, the neofrontal cortex, and then you can store it. It doesn't mean that it's not a painful memory, but it's not a flashback memory. It's not one that's filled with distress. If after 6 to 8 weeks, you are still regularly getting flashbacks, that's more likely that you have post-traumatic stress disorder. And the best evidence-based treatment for that is EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So, and that's, that it's hard to find them. I'm one, but there are lots of EMDR therapists, but I would go to your GP and ask for an EMDR therapist.